Welcome back. So in this lesson, we're going to be talking about systems of inequalities again. However, the key here is this time, you're going to have to get them into slope-intercept form. Once you do that, then we're talking exactly the same as what we did in the previous lesson. So, to get it in slope-intercept form, again, if I'm focusing on the x plus 2y is greater than 4, if I'm focusing on that first, I need to subtract the x over and divide by 2. And if I'm looking at my second equation, I need to subtract the 3x over. And that's it for that one. So again, don't forget your steps in getting it solved for y. And then is exactly the same as what we did in the previous lesson. I just have to graph both inequalities. So I'm going to start with my red one. So I have a y-intercept up at 2, slope of negative 1/2. So down 1 over 2. So I have my line. Now I need to look at my inequality sign. Strictly greater than. So strictly greater than means I have a dashed line. Greater than means I shade above my line. For my blue line, negative 3x minus 1. So I start down at minus 1. And I have a slope of negative 3. So negative 3 over 1 means down 3 over 1, down 3 over 1. So I just follow the pattern in both directions. And now I'm going to look at my inequality. Less than or equal to. That or equal to means I get a solid line. Less than means I shade underneath my line. So I start at any point and I say, where is underneath my line? Well, underneath is down there. So I shade everything down here. And now I look to see where is my double shading. Well, my double shading starts with this solid line, that dashed line, and then my double shaded region is going to be everything right in there. All right. Now looking at this one, again, the goal is first to get y by itself. So here I subtract x. Now the tricky thing here, if you look at my little red reminder for you, the tricky thing is here, I have a negative 1 with my y. So I need to divide by negative 1 because that will flip the signs of everything. Hey, every negative will become positive, positive become negative. That's what dividing by negative 1 does. Well, you also have to be careful, but it flips not only the signs, but it flips the direction of the inequality. So please be very careful that if you ever end up multiplying or dividing by a negative, you have to make sure that you flip the direction of the inequality. And now on the other side, my other equation, I need to subtract 2x and divide by 3. And now I'm going to be ready to graph these. So for my red line, I start with the y-intercept down at negative 3, slope of 1, so up 1 over 1. And then I need to look at my inequality sign. Strictly greater than. Well, strictly greater than, the strictly part means we're getting a dashed line. Greater than means I'm shading above my line. For my blue line, I start with the y-intercept up at 3, then I have a slope of negative 2/3. Down 2 over 3, down 2 over 3. So I make sure I follow that slope. Greater than or equal to. The or equal to part means I get a solid line. Greater than means I shade above my line. And now I would like to see where is my double shading happening. Well, my double shading is following this solid line, that dashed line, and it's everything up here is my solution region. Again, that's a big idea here, is you're getting solution regions, not just a point solution like when we're dealing with equations. All right, so thank you so much for joining me. Again, make sure you have any questions before you start your practice work.